history. Every week we take a subject like
but together we are ready to get through this. That's why Citizens Bank is committed to helping our community.
Hello and welcome to Artclstudios. I am Jarxiel. It's been 2 days since I've streamed, so forgive me for my delay. Dime a ver, Jarxiel, ya casi estamos empezando. Déjame presentar. Voltear la cámara. Alright, welcome to Artclstudios Drawing and Talking. Today's Drawing and Talking is number 20. We're already on number 20. And today we'll be speaking about bachata. Bienvenido al en vivo de Hablando y Dibujando. Hoy es el número 20 y vamos a hablar de la bachata. Hoy tenemos un invitado especial que ya está en la línea. Gracias por la sintonación y por aceptar la invitación. So today we have a special guest. We have Jarxiel, el guerrero de Dios. El guerrero musical. There we go. Y vamos a hablar de la bachata hoy. Y vamos a hablar un chiste de música también. Los lunes acostumbro a hacer animaciones. Y hoy vamos a animar una bachata. Alright, so without further ado, we're gonna call Jarxiel para que él hable un poco. Y después yo le voy a ponemos el video de él bailando la bachata. Bueno, déjame llamarlo y que él introduzca el video y de ahí arrancamos con animar la bachata. Que es primera vez que yo me voy a atrever a animar un baile, entonces va a ser un poco chicken scratch.
Mi hermano.
Dime a ver cómo está eso, mano.
Bien, manito, por aquí tú.
Estamos bien aquí, que tengo 2 días que no hago el en vivo y entonces me pongo medio turuleco, se me olvidan los botones de toda esta vaina.
Entiendo, y tú lo pones el teléfono ahí para que ellos vean el drawing.
Sí, yo pongo el teléfono.
Pero tú tienes un tripod.
Sí. Y
okay.
tengo el YouTube corriendo ya. Y
O tú estás mismo en YouTube también.
sí, en vivo en YouTube y en vivo en Instagram. Así se queda grabado.
Yo lo voy en YouTube ahorita para ver la animación bien en HD.
Ya, entonces, háblanos un chin de ti y presenta el video que tenemos aquí en la pantalla.
Bueno, yo soy Jarxiel, guerrero musical, soy cantante, productor musical y DJ. También hago videos de comedia y he hecho algunos videos populares bailando bachata como ese que van a ver a continuación. Ese video se llama Bailando Bachata como un tigre. El título está en YouTube, dice Bailando Bachata. Esa es la parte 2 que tú estás viendo.
Sí.
¿Tú no animaste la que tiene todos los millones?
Ah, pues esa es la que voy a poner. Yo pensaba que esa era la misma.
No. Esa es la versión 2, la que tiene 11 millones bailando Carolina. Esa fue la que se hizo popular.
Ya, pues esa es la que voy a buscar.
Entonces, presento, así se baila bachata sin ensayo. Jarxiel con real sofoque.
Ya. Cuando tú estabas haciendo estos videos, ¿cuál era la meta tuya cuando tú hiciste estos videos de bailando bachata y eso?
Yo no tenía ninguna meta, brother. Eso yo lo subí y bailé porque yo tenía un concepto que era haciendo cosas como un tigre. Yo cocinaba como un tigre, limpiaba la casa como un tigre y bailaba como un tigre. Y ese era un video que se llamaba Bailando Bachata como un tigre. Entonces me lo copiaron una página que se llama Bain Dominicano. Me copió ese video y le puso así se baila bachata sin ensayo. Porque nosotros decimos que se baila bachata sin ensayo.
Ya.
Entonces, cuando decimos eso, le pusieron ese título y ese video cogió 15 millones de views en el canal de Bain Dominicano y después se lo tumbaron el video y el mío se quedó con 11 millones.
Ya, sí, ese fue el que yo vi, en YouTube. ¿Y en qué año fue eso que tú hiciste el video?
Eso fue 2013, 2014, por ahí 2013.
Wow. Y desde ese entonces ese video se quedaba ahí y ha cogido todas esas reproducciones.
Sí, tiene muy bien Facebook, lo han puesto mucho también. La doctora María Polo lo compartió en su Facebook una vez, de caso cerrado, ya tú sabes, una chulería.
Ya, aquí entonces lo voy a poner. Y si tú quieres verlo después, tú lo puedes ver. Y otra vez te agradezco porque me cogiste la llamada y tú sabes que tenemos un par de planes por ahí. Yo sé que tú estás trabajando muy duro y que la música está volviendo otra vez para ti. Tú estás puesto para esto. ¿Tú tienes algún mensaje para la gente que están pasando esta cuarentena y eso, que tiene falta como de inspiración y algo? ¿Qué tú le dices a esa gente?
Claro, que se mantengan positivos, que recuerden que el miedo es su enemigo y que no le tengan miedo a nada, que Dios está con nosotros, el papá de todo.
Ya, pues aquí le vamos a poner el video de bailando bachata como un tigre. Aquí vamos a ver.
Sin ensayo.
Que cuando yo vi esta vaina yo dije, ¿cómo? Pues el tipo baila, el tipo le mete. Tú saliste, yo creo, en Despierta América fue bailando.
Sí, también con la chula.
Ya. Vamos a ver, que esto cuando estamos en vivo se pone medio lento.
Durante King en la casa.
Ya, ahí te vi que tú siempre estás ayudando a los menores también. Vi un video que tú pusiste ahorita.
Sí,
Ok.
sí.
Estoy enseñándole cómo se baila sin ensayo.
Sin
Hay
ensayo.
otro de gente por ahí que te guapo, mañana ensaya, mentira. Esto es
A
lo
los
mismo hoy.
padres.
A lo-
Lo mismo hoy, así que vamos a bailar.
11 millones de views, oye.
Agájate en la cámara, espérate. Tu camarada. Oye lo que hay. Vamos allá. Te aviso, Dieguita.
Ay, 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 cuánto amor.
Suéltalo, Dieguita, cuando Fran Reyes era el príncipe de verdad, dale.
A ver si no me dan. Hazme bajarle un chin para que no me den un strike ahí por la música.
Sí, sí.
Ahí está, los 15 segundos ahí. Ah, no, pero eso es. Yo voy a ver qué es lo que yo voy a hacer.
Eso.
Yo voy a ver qué es lo que yo voy a hacer. Ahí, ahí, el pasito. Ay, ay, ay.
No anima a eso, marín. Tú eres un duro.
Ay, ay. Yo voy a coger. Tal vez animo como 5 segundos. 5 segundos de todo esto. No, 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 pero esto. Ay, ay, ay.
Tú lo puedes animar. Cuando comienza la segunda 8 bar.
Ya.
Cuando comenzamos a pegar.
Yo voy a ver ahí cuál, porque la semana pasada yo hice una animación de unos macheteros ahí peleando con machete y vaina. Y hablando de los guerreros. Sí,
Lo voy a chequear eso ahorita.
ya. Pero tengo que limpiarlo porque yo, como es en vivo todo, no, y es una hora que me pongo en vivo. No lo termino limpiando, pero un día de esto lo limpio, pero estoy haciendo como la preparación y estudiándolo, los movimientos.
Los sketch, no, manín, dale, estudia, ponte para lo tuyo, manín.
Ya, pues ya tú sabes. Ya tú sabes, hermano, fue un placer. Muchas gracias por venir en vivo.
El placer es mío, guárdate el live, ¿viste? Para que se quede para la historia.
Claro, claro, ya está en YouTube, ya está en YouTube. Tú sabes que te tenemos aquí pendiente y tú siempre, cualquier cosa, estamos aquí.
Perfecto, mi hermano, bendiciones.
Pues ya tú
hermano,
sabes, hermano.
saben ahí.
Te cuida. Jarxiel, el guerrero musical.
Igual, manito.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna get into this real quick. I'm gonna see which part I'm gonna animate. Voy a ver qué parte como animal de todo esto, porque tengo que coger una persona, uno de los dos, y después ahí empieza la vaina. Ok, no era este video. Let me put some music. Que esta no es copyright. La música de. Ok. Ya. Entonces ahora vamos a ver qué es lo que vamos a animar. Now we're gonna see what we're gonna animate. Los lunes es de animaciones. Mondays is Motion Mondays. Y arrancamos con esto. So, ahora yo voy a ver qué parte de todo el video que voy a coger. Aquí están los intros, introduciendo. Y ahí vamos a ver. Gracias por todos los que entraron al en vivo. Thank you for all those who joined the live. Y gracias a Jarxiel también por la sintonía y por darme la payola, como quien dice. Thank you to those joining on YouTube. Thank you to those joining on Instagram. Now we're gonna begin the process. Y el proceso es un proceso que no es tan lindo porque es mucho Déjame ver si lo pongo de este lado. El teléfono está como en el medio, un ching. Alrighty. Y si alguien tiene algún conocimiento de la bachata, lo puede dejar ahí en los comentarios. If you guys have any knowledge of bachata, or if you want to know what bachata is, stay tuned. I'll be speaking a little bit about the history of bachata, where it comes from, and why is bachata the shit. All right. So, first of all, I want to say that I'm from the Dominican Republic, and that's where bachata originated. La bachata origina de la República Dominicana y es una mezcla de muchos diferentes sonidos. En lo mismo tiempo que estaba el bolero, estaba la guaracha y en la República Dominicana, y como mezcla del tango, mixtures of tango, bolero, which is romantic music, and guaracha, which is classic guitar music from countrysides. That's where everything developed. And because they didn't have bolero in DR, they started mixing the instruments that they have, putting everything together. And okay, let's see. And they decided to make their own, because in DR they didn't have any big artists that made music. En el bachata, una bachata era lo que se llamaba una fiesta de gente pobre, de gente común. Cuando se juntaban, eso era como una chelcha, una bachata. A bachata was a gathering of parties, of people, just people being together in a house. That was a bachata. A house party was pretty much a bachata. And that was what was referred to as bachata. And then they started calling it music of guards, of police. Música de guardia. Like military music. Because that was the music that people that were in the academies, they would go to bars, and it was considered low level. And now, I think in 2015 or 2016, they named it the national music of the Dominican Republic. That is more Dominican than el merengue, because merengue is another mixture of other things that in Trujillo's time, he wanted to make the island popular and wanted to be recognized for something. So he took merengue to be the national music. But bachata was more of the people. The people made bachata. The people from the countryside took something that people didn't want and made it something popular. Okay, so we're now getting started. So I'm gonna see if I can animate both of them together. And I'm gonna be grabbing shapes here as I see them. And then we're gonna get started. And I've been watching documentaries on culture lately, because I feel like a lot of the culture from the Dominican Republic hasn't been. It has been documented, but there's a lot of things that is missing. Like, I haven't seen a movie about bachata. I haven't seen a movie about el bachatero. You know, things like that. And these are my goals, to see these things come to life. I haven't seen music about el merenguero. We've seen movies about el pelotero. But I don't know. I want to see documentaries. I want to see animations. And this is where we come in, you know, the creators, the creatives. And we bring things that, you know, things that probably pasan de moda ya, que nobody pays attention to it anymore. But there's a lot of history there. And I'm saying that because Dominicans are known for dancing. And now, not a lot of Dominicans dance anymore, and that's something that's being lost little by little. And not saying that they don't dance hip hop and things like that, but they don't dance in couples. Ya se ha perdido la costumbre de bailar en pareja. Una cosa que eso así yo conocí a la esposa mía. Eso une la gente, y ahora ya con todo este distanciamiento, ya que es una ley, yo quiero ver cómo que se van a conocer la gente, si no por las redes nada más. So I want to see how people are going to meet from now on if there's no more social gatherings for God knows how long. I wouldn't be married if we were in those times right now, because I met my wife at a church party. And it's very interesting how everything's gonna turn out. Hopefully everything works out. All right, let's see. It's a little bit of an arch here. I'm just gonna start looking for quick shape. So I have about 30 minutes to at least do 2 seconds. And I'm gonna be doing key poses. And I'm gonna try to be as clean as I can, because last time I was sketching, made a whole bunch of unnecessary lines. And I appreciate those who are live and joining. Thank you for joining. And yeah, I'm taking it upon myself to every Monday, when it comes to animation, I want to animate something that I haven't seen animated. So, and I want to see more dance stuff. Like, quiero ver más cosas como con baile. Por eso me he interesado en comenzar con bachata, porque es algo que yo crecí bailando. Un día de todo hago un folclórico o un palo, que también es cultura dominicana. Y si hay otra cultura ahí que también me quieran introducir, me pueden mandar un DM, me pueden mandar un DM. Porque esto es para experimentar. I'm experimenting here on Mondays, drawing and talking with Artclstudios. And the drawings, I want to be cultural based. I want to talk about cultures. And if there's a dance that was practiced in your culture, send it to me, and maybe I can animate it. All right, so we got the man here. I want to animate. Let me see. Maybe I'm gonna try to animate them both together. Usually you animate them separate, but I'm gonna take a bold risk move here to try to bring them together. Yo quiero ver cómo se va a ver esta vaina. Alright, so tenemos la mano de ella aquí. We got her hand up here. Wrist. Alrighty. And animating live and talking, it's a whole nother ball game. But we can make this fun. So for those who don't know what bachata is, again, bachata is a Dominican-made rhythm composed of different things like tango, guaracha, bolero. And we're trying to see if we can make something out of this stuff. Last Wednesday, I was talking to Cultura Comics, and we spoke about la cultura del comic in Dominican Republic. Hablé de la cultura, spoke about culture, comic culture in Dominican Republic, and where it is right now, which is in a very interesting state. As we gain one thing, we lose in the other, which I guess that's how things are. You gain knowledge of something and you lose attention of something else. Let's see. All right, so we got the first frame. Now we're going to move on to the second frame. All right. So last time I was live was on Monday, and I seem to forgotten how I add a new frame now. All right, let's see if now. Let's see. So now we added a new frame, and we're gonna turn on the onion skin so that we can see in between. We can see the previous drawing, and we click right here. Okay. This one is, so as I'm learning these things, I'm also having you guys journeying with me to make all the mistakes so that you guys can pretty much learn as I go. Let me delete. Oh, there we go. All right, so now we're gonna go a little forward in the. Alright, so he takes his foot back, saca el pie para atrás. A ver si lo puedo poner un poco más lento el video. Actually, let me see. Ahí. So, one of the animations that I did previously, I was talking a lot about pivot points and how important pivot points are. So as we can see, he leaves the right foot on the floor, and that becomes his pivot. He's gonna go bend this leg. He's gonna step back with the right. All right. And today the program is behaving a little better than previous times. It's a little bit faster than before. So it might give me a break today and allow me to create some things. Okay. I have a couple of stories about La Bachata. I have a character, El Bachatú, that I have wrote something about it, but this is why I want to get better animation so that when I start presenting these projects, they're not only in this beginning stages as I'm showing you guys, but this is my time for practicing, and you know, this is gonna be a fun activity that right now I've been doing it for a month and some change, and hopefully a lot more to come. All right. And again, I want to thank Jarxiel for allowing me to use his platform and to animate his dance. You know, and I could have done it, whatever, like I could have grabbed it, but I wanted to ask his permission and his approval, you know, because sometimes you got to always give credit to the references that you get from or you use if you know where you got it from. So, you know, it's only fair. All right, so okay. All right, so here we have just 2 steps. one. And then we're gonna see how everything starts transforming. I need to speed it up a little bit. Now it's 11:02, so I need to make sure that I stay on top of the time and that I don't get focused too much on the little details. So I want to find the shapes that I see and sort of find the unity in between the drawing, you know, finding the shapes and seeing the motions. You know, I know I'm not gonna have a finished product tonight, but this is fun for me. A little bit of pressure, but definitely something interesting to do in the quarantine times. And bachata has given a platform. Like, again, nobody used to listen to bachata before because it was considered, or dance it either. It was considered to be low level. But now we have names like Romeo Santo, Prince Royce, we have Anthony Santo, Elvi Martinez, which are all bachateros that have made their name doing this kind of music. You know, and now it's respected, it's well placed. And for a while, there was a lot of bachateros coming out. In the 90s, there was a lot of bachateros, but because music now has turned very electronic, and you can make music in your house by yourself. Now el dembow is what's popular. So maybe next week I'll try to animate how people dance dembow now. Or I'll probably do a recap of how they used to dance dembow. And then the following week I'll do one on how they dance dembow now. So it's interesting how to see the evolution of music because of accessibility. And the same thing has happened all over the world. You don't need much to become an artist now. And as you can see, I have a whole production. Let's say this is like a whole TV show where I can change the frames at any time. You know, I can take my video off and on. You know, so everything's become more accessible because of technology. And now there's a lot of things that we can do that we couldn't do before. So we gotta adapt to the changes, and we gotta. There we go. So now we got a step. Now I'm getting into it. So again, the same foot. Stay on the same foot, which is this one. Just moved it up a little bit so his heel is the one that has the pivot. So yeah, because of technology, everything becomes accessible, but at the same time, things are lost. People don't practice the same things they used to before. And we gotta adapt with the changes, because those who adapt survive the changes. If you don't adapt, you get cast away. You already know, Amir RPG, thank you for joining the live. So we're talking bachata. How because of time changing, people don't dance bachata anymore. And with this quarantine, I doubt that people will ever dance like they used to before. And we saw this coming for a while where they didn't want people to meet. And now they found a real reason to change pretty much dynamics of how everything happens. It's gonna be a very weird summer if this thing is going on and there's no social gatherings in the parks and things like that. Events that happen on the outside will now not take place anymore. Very interesting. All right, let's see. So his pivot foot is on that one. I've loved bachata ever since I was 5 years old, living in Mexico. You already know. Wow, yeah, no, bachata has transcended, the Dominican Republic, and it's weird that for a lot of Dominicans now, we don't appreciate our own culture, but as soon as we see somebody else appreciating, we're like, oh yeah, we do that. So I appreciate you being a fan of bachata. Always been a fan of Dominican music. Thank you. That makes me happy to hear that. And it's something interesting that I love Dominican music too, but as time goes by, we kind of lose touch with it. And now I'm a fan of Brazilian. Yeah, same thing with the Mexico with mariachi. Yeah, no, and mariachi music, like a lot of Dominicans consume mariachi music. Like my father-in-law, my mother, I grew up listening to a lot of Vicente Fernandez, Alejandro Fernandez, Pedro Infante. Like a lot of these very known mariachi singers. I grew up listening to them, but the moment we tend to appreciate outside stuff sometimes faster than ours. And it wasn't until I met like older people that I started dancing bachata. But it's very interesting. So my wife and I, we used to teach bachata dancing when we lived in New York. And it was great, for a while. And then, because to everybody else it's something new, but to those who know it, it feels like old news, and we want to learn something new. So I've been learning a lot about capoeira, which in my first animation that I was trying out, I was doing a capoeirista playing or dancing, and it was great to know. It's great to know and learn other cultures, but we also gotta appreciate what we already have. You don't have to do a lot of digging because you already know. Literally, you already know. You already know the culture, and you know where things come from, or know somewhat of it, and it won't be as hard to get into it or to learn more about it. But we tend to love those things that we don't know about. Sometimes we fear them, but sometimes we love them. And let's see what we have. So far something very small, but we see some motion. Let me see if I bring this slider. Well, matter of fact, I'm just wait till I animate the girl. Let's see. Alright, so right now he's getting ready to take off. And we see the girl here. The pivot is this foot here. And she moves back. So on Fridays I do figure drawings here. I do the figure drawings live, and it's helping me little by little, to get these animation things a little faster, because that's the reason why I am doing figure drawing, is just to find figures faster, to find the shapes faster. And let's see what we get tonight. Where we get tonight. Oh, there we go. I can just switch. Alright, so we're gonna switch. So as you see, I'm just switching between red and blue. So by pressing X, and I'm using a program called, let me see, Artclstudios Paint to animate, which is new to me. So I'm learning as I go. There's a lot of learning curves in the program, but oh, by the way, this is something I started on Thursday, and when I did the trust, and now I'm done with the drawing of Doña Rosario as Daffy Duck. I'll be posting it tomorrow, but you guys get a little preview. So this is Daffy Duck, and then this is his beak. All right, let me turn this off, and there we go. So he's Daffy Duck, and yeah. So I've been doing these illustrations. Thank you. I did Bad Bunny, Tekashi 6ix9ine, and I was gonna do Snoop Dogg, but I decided to change it and do all Latin musicians. I got a couple of surprises coming soon. I'll probably do one tomorrow, start that one, the next one tomorrow, which would be, let's see, the topic of tomorrow. We'll be announcing it after this live. All right, so let's get this thing on the way. And even though I love realism, I love realistic drawings, the market for realism for me at this moment has gone down because it takes a long time to make a portrait. It does take a long time to make an animation too, but there's a market that is growing for independent artists, and they need a lot of animation. So the faster I get at animating, the easier it would be, to help other people. Because at the end of the day, this is fun for me. And I'm just gonna show real quick something that I've been working on for this past week, and there's a music video that's gonna be dropping soon. And these are the drawings that I did for an animation, and this is top secret stuff. So you guys will see when that drops. So whoever's here, you guys get to see a sneak peek. These are Dembow artists, hip hop artists from the Dominican Republic. One is from the DR, the other one is from Spain. So I've been blessed to work on these projects, which is things that I'm a fan of. Yeah, I showed the Tekashi one to my boyfriend. He shared it on IG. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. And the thing that I was missing, for a while was that I was too focused on doing things only for me, the things that I liked. But not only the things that I liked, but the things that I thought other people would like. And when I decided to do things for me, it just changed my energy towards drawing and just putting my own twist into things, like mixing Looney Tunes characters with these Latin artists. I haven't seen anybody do that, and I was just like, oh, maybe that's something that I'll be doing for a few days and whatnot. And I'm just gonna do six of them, and then I'm gonna move on or go back to doing a little bit of the Dragon Ball Z series, which I already have 2 more things on the way. I have a couple of ideas written down, but I want to reach 2,000 followers, and then I'll start dropping that again. And I just got to start sharing more content that I already have on my YouTube channel, because I do want my YouTube channel to grow. And I've been working hard for that to happen. But if people don't know that you do something, they won't buy. If you don't know, if you're not selling anything, nobody will buy anything. So I gotta learn more about marketing and marketing strategy, and to make things accessible for people. All right, so we have 3 steps, and let me turn this off so that it's easier to see. And we have something there. So far we have a movement, and then they're gonna start traveling now. All right, so let's see. And we're gonna move on to the next drawing. Oh, jeez, that's so fast. Let me see if I can put this again in slow motion so that, because I was gonna use another video, I had downloaded it already, and turned out that this is a different video. Okay, there we go. Slow motion helps. Let's see. All right, so that was the first step. Ah, that's what happened. So I'm gonna go back a frame and add. Let me see how I add a new frame. All right, so I add a new frame here. There we go. Let's see. Okay. So what happened is that when he stepped back, this is what animation is so tricky. You miss one step and the whole thing looks off. So I'm gonna go back a little bit. That was the first step right there. And then he stretches the leg. But there's so much swing that I can't even. There we go. So much hip movement that it's hard to catch the whole thing. So he gets low here. And so he steps back. Alright, so I'm just gonna speed it up a bit. So here we have the foot coming out. And we curve it up a bit here, and let's make his torso a little longer. And I'm sure there's a lot of curves and stuff that I'll find later on as I'm cleaning it up, but and there we go, all the million lines that I do when animating. I want to keep it somewhat simple so that it's postable. Like the last one was pretty rough. I want to keep it a little cleaner. Maybe bring him down a little bit more. And these are the challenges. So it's taken an hour, almost an hour, to make 6 frames. And this is the rough. So somebody recently asked me about an animated show, and I was like, "Heh, animated show sounds like a lot of time." So I need to get faster. Alright, so we got the hand coming out. Let's see. Okay. And there we go, it started to slow down right at the time. Okay, let's go.
These are unprecedented times, but together,
And the
we're ready to
foot
get
stays
through this.
there.
That's why Citizens Bank is committed to helping our communities by providing relief for small businesses and offering financial help to our customers. Our journeys may have been interrupted, but our promise to
Alright,
be
so
there
now we're gonna
doesn't.
switch the color to
Citizens
blue
Bank
so we
will
can
help
add her
you
in.
for right now and for what's next. Go to
We have her
citizensbank.com
shoulder here and we can't see her
/ready
hand.
to see how we
These are the other tricky parts of drawing. Sometimes not everything is visible because as things get moving, things start getting blocked. So I don't know if I'll get to animate the 1, 2, 3 steps, but I'm sure that one day I'll get back to doing all these roughs and I'll clean them up and have something to show. But this is definitely something that I need to do more often, and definitely something fun for me to learn something as I go. And you know, I do figure drawings on Fridays, but I don't know why the figure drawing, these animations turn out to be a bit better than the figure drawings. Ah man. Let's see now. So we have okay, that's looking better. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what we come up with. See if they moved. There was a big step taken, so I need to move. See this frame, they were in place. And when they go forward, they move up a bit. And the foot stays behind. There we go. All right. Now they look like they're moving forward. And her foot. So these are the little things about animation that if the foot gets placed in the wrong place, it will look like they're floating or flying or something. So the floor needs to stay put. Dun, 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 dun. Let's move them back a little bit too on this one. All right, so whip. So now this foot becomes the mark. Now everything, and I know it's weird to start drawing with the foot, but that's the way that I can guide the whole, to guide everything to stay in place in good position. Alright, so now there's a lot of musicians coming out, but none of them are bachateros. And they're probably, bachata has been mixed with dembow, reggaeton, with hip hop. So there's still some remnants there. And I know pretty soon, and they say that they blame Romeo from Aventura for saturating the market, because he pretty much just took control of the whole market and doesn't let anybody make money with it. But probably might be true, but people can still make music and put it on YouTube. That's not gonna go away anytime soon. Alright, so, but the trick is in getting the band together, in my opinion. I don't know. Alright, so we got 2 feet in. Now the hand went up a bit, and the way that I'm drawing is frame by frame. Sometimes people go with key poses, and I'm doing it head on pretty much. Sometimes this is a little difficult, sometimes it's a little easier, depending on the subject matter. I'm finding it in between, but nevertheless, still good learning technique. So it is 11:30 already, so I'm gonna stay just a little bit longer. Damn, time flew. So at least I can have some motion. In doing dances, like probably the dances on TikTok will be easier to animate, since they're pretty simple, and they're one person dance. Instead of doing 2 at a time, it'll be one drawing, one person. But I've always loved the challenges, and that's why I work too hard. Alright, she kind of lost her hip here. There's her arm. Let me make sure I get her hand right. Alright. So sort of breaking that into like rectangles, and the way her hip is. Alright, so she's gonna stay on this foot. And the live on Instagram, we have 56 minutes, so we have 4 more minutes left. Thank you again for those who tuned in. Appreciate the tune. All right. And the other foot goes here. Now let's see what we have. So now it's starting to look like it's moving. Maybe I can move that just a bit more. When he steps back, we can move him back a little bit. There we go, we're about to take off. Let's see what happens if I hit play. Alright. So the frames are too far apart. Dun, 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 dun. So the way that this would look smoother is when I'll add the in-betweens. The frames that go in the center, but we're making some motion happen. All right, so let's see what happens next. Looks like he's about to hop. And I guess for these animation, it needs to be, everything needs to be a lot smoother. So he stays on this foot now. And he brings the other foot back. Ooh, this is pretty challenging. But we'll see what comes out. We'll see what comes out of this. So the live on Instagram has ended. Thank you to those who joined. Today I had a lot more people join because Jarxiel joined in earlier on. So all his people came through my IG. And I want to see if I can finesse some of these animation that I started already. And let's see what happens. All right. So bachata is a very complex thing to animate. It's complex to dance it, but it's also complex to draw people dancing bachata. We're gonna get some rough. Let's see from the beginning. Let me slow it down even more. Just to see. Because this is what happens when you're... It's like editing. When you're editing a video, you gotta watch the whole thing a million times. So we get a step forward and here. So let me play it as it goes. Wait, let's try that again. Let's bring it from the beginning. And we gotta play. Now we gotta step back. And then we step forward.
Honestly, we should have used a condom, but we got distracted.
I know I should get tested for HIV, but honestly, I'm afraid to find out.
Honestly, we've been together for a while, so getting tested never
That's
really
the second
crossed my
step,
mind.
fourth step.
Honestly,
That's what I should have been counting like that.
But there are things that everyone.
Alright, so that's how I should have been counting it. We got one, leg straighten, then we get the step forward, then we get the step together, then we get the kickball change. Ooh. Interesting. And again, those who joined, I mean, I don't know who's going to be here at this length, but if you're joining, I appreciate you joining on YouTube. Leave me a comment here to let me know that you're watching. And appreciate you guys joining in on the YouTube stream. Don't forget to leave a comment on the comment section to let me know what you think of these animation Mondays, Motion Mondays, as we're trying to call it. I released the schedule on Instagram, so you guys will know what to expect on a Monday to Friday basis. And so that you guys know what's gonna be happening every day. So we're getting something here, but there's gonna be in between that. It's a big step, so I'm pretty much just doing key poses, and then the in between is what's gonna make it look smooth. From here to here, there needs to be an in between. From here, but it's pretty much the impulse there to then go ahead. There needs to in between there. From here to here, it needs another in between. So everything is pretty rough. And here we see him bring up a foot. But I'm liking how these animations are a little more cleaner, the figures. A little more cleaner than last week's. And it's because I've been drawing a lot these past couple of days too. No breaks over here. Alright, let's share the live. And let's see. We should just get a couple of more frames in. We should be done. So right now the live is an hour and change. An hour and 6 minutes. Let's see, where are we? I'm gonna get the light pencil again. That's what I use for these sketches. Just gonna play it there. Oops. Boom. It's a lot of footwork. And again, thank you to those who are subscribed to my channel. Really appreciate you joining the team. So the projection of Drawing and Talking and Artclstudios has been a long time coming, and I finally got the energy, you know, to take the leap and get on it, you know. Have I been drawing with the wrong pencil? All right. So we get her boobs in. Her body is over here. So again, the purpose of the channel now has turned into, by the way, that is my cousin's drawing on the screen right there. You can go follow her, Laura Murillo _. And I'm just gonna leave let me scroll a little bit. You guys can see, there we go. So that's her Star Wars drawing. You guys can follow her. That's her IG. All right. So we have a lot of talent in the family. We can't stop. We just gotta keep doing our thing. She's gonna be one of these live one of these days. Let's see. So we see her leg here. Oh, I forgot to turn on this onion skin. So now the pivot is this foot. And now this foot gets picked up. And it's, you know, the more I do this, the easier it becomes, I think. But it all depends on the subject matter. I can make something move from left to right, but I feel like I'm skipping a couple of steps and going into the dancing, something like this. It's a little more complex. But this is the only way that I'm gonna learn. It's by just jumping right in it, not waiting too long to learn all the tricks and read all the books that there is. Because if I just go on reading a bunch of books, I don't think I'll ever get started to animate. They usually would say to do the move as you're animating. But I'm looking at all the references. I'm looking at the references as if it's me doing it. Usually they would say to do the moves if you're not looking at it. All right, so by the way, check out the trailer if you haven't already. The new trailer that dropped about what the channel is gonna bring. Probably by this week, I'll be dropping a new video, a shorter format video of Bad Bunny. All right. It's 11:47. And we're getting into this. Again, stay tuned for tomorrow. Toño Rosario's drawing will be dropping on my IG. El dibujo de Toño Rosario sale mañana en Instagram. Manténgase en sintonía de mi Instagram. Alright, so let's see. And this is the thing about animating. You gotta constantly be checking to make sure that you're on the right move. So from there to there, it's a big step. And we'll go back to the reference. It's a lot of little movements that happens here. Boom, boom, and the hips going up and down, if you can check. The hips go down, up, down as the legs would shift. Let me see if I got that, because if I don't have that, then it doesn't look like there's a dance going on. It just looks like they're stepping forward and backwards. So you see, this last one needs to be a little deeper. Now for the next animation, I think I'll be picking something that will be easier to animate. Because these challenges, oof. Like a walking cycle. Those things are easier to do. I'll put another Instagram here on the screen so you guys can see some of my friends that I follow. Secret.creature. Makes a lot of interesting creatures. He sells necklaces and he also animates. In the future, I'll see if we do a video together too. Edwin and I went to school together. I have been staying in contact through social media again, but haven't worked on things together. We learned a couple of things from each other in school, but we never collaborated on any projects, which would be interesting at this stage. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what this looked like from the beginning, and it's gonna play really slow. Let's see it again. So that was 5 drawings so far, 6 drawings. So there's a jump that happens here. From there, Not bad, not bad. Let's look at it again. We can see we just got to shorten the timing. Let's cut out some of these frames so that we can see. Let's do by 2. So that's 3. Let me cut this. Let's see. What was the shortcut? Deleting frames. There we go. Delete 1 frame. We're gonna have 2 frames per drawing. That's 3. We're gonna bring it down to 2. So we're gonna be deleting 2 frames in this one. So it makes it easier when it accesses you right here. So 2 frames. And this one also 2. And this one 2 frames as well. And now we're gonna bring the play button, the playback, a little bit closer to us so that we can see what happens now. So this is the big jump right here. When it jumps from the foot being back. Let's see it again.
Fred, let me introduce you to one of the most important people in Peytonville.
Is she the mayor?
No, insurance agent.
Let's see.
Really good.
The best. That's why she chooses.
Turn off the screen. And at this point, I'm just dragging it. So I'm gonna cut the live. I'm gonna cut the stream now. Boom, boom. Yeah, so that's the big jump right here. When it goes from here to here. So it needs to be another in between there. So let me know if you guys want to watch tutorials on animation. I promise that we'll get something more feasible because dancing has proven to be a little tougher than I anticipated. That's why I haven't seen any animations of dancers. So stay tuned for tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow we'll be doing a Tips Tuesday. So Tips Tuesday, expect some tips while I'm drawing. I'll be drawing the next character for the Warner Brothers series that I've been making of the 90s. So it's a mix of 90s with Latin artists. So I'm using the Looney Tunes as a base, and stay tuned for that till tomorrow. We'll be back at 10:30, drawing and talking. Never stop learning for you, because when you learn, you can teach others. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on social media. And if you like the video, click the like button. If you want to see more videos, click the video in the middle. And don't forget, never stop learning for you.